Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect 2 with Melinda Shepard. In the last episode, we just finished up the intense moral quandary that was Morden's loyalty mission, and it got very interesting, to say the least. And we're now getting into the home stretch a bit, because we have precisely 3 loyalty missions left in the game. 2 that I'll be able to do in the immediate future. And we're about to head off to do Tally's mission, and get her cleared of these nonsense treason charges. But first, someone sent us an email last time, and we gotta read that. Grunt's Commander, from Shaman Erdnot, the guy that took care of Grunt's proving or whatever. It was, oh yeah, rite of passage. The shaman is that Krogan that administered his rite of passage, by the way, just in case you've forgotten. Damn it, I hate these things, but you need to hear this. You're part of Grunt's Krant, and you're his leader, so keep him alive. Here I have to stay polite, play the role, but our people are dying. Krogan have always valued survival over tradition. If we're going to survive as a people, we need your background, Grunt. Alchera was a madman, but he was a madman with a plan, and that's more than most have on this ball of rock. So bring him back from your damn mission. My people need him, and if you all get killed, I'll piss on your graves. Shaman or not. Well, he's a nice, charming fellow, isn't he? I love the Krogan, I really do. They're just so awesome, they really are. But now, it is time for us to bid adieu to the Arlax system and to Chonka. We'll be back there once I have a bit more money to buy a couple of the upgrades I haven't got to yet. But for now, we're off to the Valhallan threshold to see the migrant fleet, which, interestingly enough, this is actually the first and only time in the entire series that we get to visit the Quarian migrant fleet in person. I mean, you see it in Mass Effect 3, sure, but that's from a distance. This is the only time we actually get to be on board any of the fleet, which I think is really interesting. And hopefully that comes across pretty well. But anyways, let's dock and get on with this. Okay, we're bringing Tally, obviously, and just for old time's sake, I'm also going to bring along Garrus, because I imagine Tally would rather have a friend along for the ride than some random thief or something, which is what most Quarians would think of Kasumi as. I mean, I like Kasumi, don't get me wrong, but I think Tally would prefer Garrus. Plus, having Garrus along is definitely going to be useful. He can blow things up. And we don't need to upgrade anything there. I'm going to let Tally have the Eviscerator as well. So, our loadout is good. Let's head in. I don't know why I'm checking the loadout. What could possibly happen on board the Quarian migrant fleet? It's not like we're gonna have to fight our way out or anything.
After time adrift among open stars, along tides of light and through shoals of dust, I will return to where I began.
Permission granted. Welcome home, Taliazora.
We'd like a security and quarantine team to meet us. Our ship is not clean.
Understood. Approach exterior docking cradle 17.
Yeah, and she'll be talking undoubtedly about, like, actual infections and stuff, rather than cleaning off electronic bugs and things, I think. Although I hope they take care of that part too. Would dick with Cerberus a bit.
Captain Shepard, Talizora told me a lot about you. I wish we could be meeting under more pleasant circumstances.
Likewise. And I don't think... Let's see, would Shepard bother to bring that up? Well, she has a career military, basically, so rank would be important to her, I think. I'm afraid it's Commander, not Captain. I never actually got promoted that high.
I've never actually reached the rank of Captain. Technically, I'm no longer in the Alliance military at all.
You're the commander of the Normandy, responsible for the lives aboard it. That entitles you to respect among our people. May you stand between your crew and harm as you lead them through the empty quarters of the stars.
Keyless alive. It's an old ship captain's blessing, Shepard.
Well then, thank you very much. But yes, I owe Tali a great deal. There was never any question of me not coming here to help her out.
Tali helped the Normandy's crew out of many difficult situations. I'm here to return the favor.
I understand. As the commander of the vessel she serves on, your voice carries weight. I wish I could do more to help Tali. The trial requires that I be officially neutral, but I'm here if you need to talk. They're charging you with bringing active Geth into the fleet as part of a secret project.
That's insane. I never brought active Geth aboard. I only sent parts and pieces.
Okay. Sending parts and pieces is a little bit disconcerting when it comes to the Geth, admittedly, but we trust Tali knows what she's doing, so if she says she only sent bits and pieces, then we trust that she checked them all first and didn't send anything dangerous. So we're not going to question her about that. But what do we do now?
Let's deal with that later, Tali. What's our next step, Captain?
Technically, I'm under orders to place Talizora under arrest pending the hearing. So, Tali, you're confined to this ship until this trial is over.
Thank you, Captain.
Preparations got underway as soon as you arrived. The hearing's being held in the Garden Plaza. Good luck.
Okay.
I can't believe
Well,
you're charging Talizora with such a thing.
Okay then.
If Talizora can't even get the Quarian captain to
This
stand for her,
is not a particularly good look, and apparently the gossip isn't looking too fondly on the fact that Tali has a human captain. Well, they can all get fucked, if you ask me. They can all get fucked. Yes, Tali's our friend, and if she asked us to go in guns blazing and shoot up the entire fleet for her, we do it. We stick by our friends, but let's hope it doesn't come to that, yeah?
Talizora of us, Normandy. I am glad you came. I could delay them only so long.
Auntie Ron! Shepard vas Normandy, this is Admiral Shalaron vas Tonbe. She's a friend of my father's. Wait, Ron, you called me vas Normandy.
I'm afraid I did, Tali. The Admiralty Board moved to have you tried under that name, given your departure from the Nima.
Well, that doesn't sound particularly good. But just clarify for me, why does it matter what name Tali's being tried under?
I take it being associated with a human ship is a bad sign.
They stripped me of my ship name. That's as good as declaring me exiled already.
It's not over yet, Tali. You have friends who still know you as Talizora of us, Nima. whatever we must call you legally.
You're an admiral. Does that mean you're one of the judges?
I'm afraid not. My history with Tali and her father forced me to recuse myself.
I imagine Father had to do the same.
You'll see inside, Tali. For my part, I moderate and ensure that the rules of protocol are followed, but I have no vote in the judgment.
Okay, so they have some vaguely similar legal procedure. And that people actually recuse themselves. We'll see how fairly that's being followed once we get in there, though.
I guess we should get started. Does Tali have a defense counselor? Someone who speaks for her side.
Indeed, she does, Captain Shepard. She is part of your crew now, recognized by Quarian law. And remember, an accused is always represented by his or her ship's captain.
Oh, this is going to
You would
be
actually speak for my
interesting.
defense.
I'll do what I can, certainly, and oh boy. If those idiots try and pull a fast one, well, I am going to have way too much fun ripping their arguments to shreds. I really am.
I'll do everything in my power to help you, Tali.
Thank you, Shepard. I could not ask for a better counselor.
Our legal rules are simple. There are no legal tricks or political loopholes for you to worry about. Present the truth as best you can. It will have to be enough. Now come. I promised that I would not delay you.
No political loopholes. I doubt that very much. There are always political loopholes. They just won't be the ones we're used to, that's all.
This conclave is brought to order. Blessed are the ancestors who kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this season. Keep us alive. The accused Tali Zora of Normandy has come with her captain to defend herself against the charge of treason.
Objection! A human has no business at a hearing involving such sensitive military matters.
Then you should not have declared Tali crew of the Normandy, Admiral Chorus. By right as Tali's captain, Shepard must stay.
Yeah, bitch, you can just choke and sputter.
Shepard was Normandy.
That's right.
Your
Shut
crew
up.
member Tali Zora stands accused of treason. Will you speak for her?
Yes, of course we will. I'm not gonna say what's the point. That would kind of undermine the point of the whole thing, and we are going to have way too much fun getting this thing thrown out, I think. We might not have experience in law, really, but we dealt with Ambassador Udina, for goodness sake. I think we can handle a Quarian trial after Udina and the Citadel Council. This is going to be a cakewalk in comparison.
If it helps Tali, I will. But in her heart, she remains Tali Zora Vasnima, a proud member of the migrant fleet. I regret that her captain is forbidden to stand at her side today.
Nobody has been forbidden from anything. It is a simple...
Lie to them if you must, Zalcoris, but don't lie to me and expect me to stay silent. The human is right.
Admiral,
Looks like
please.
we're winning some
Shepard's
friends
willingness to represent Tali Zora in this hearing
among
is
the
appreciated.
jury. Nice, huh?
You're accused of bringing active guests to the migrant fleet. What say you?
Oh, that's bullshit. We've already had this conversation. But Tali couldn't have sent active guests to the fleet. The only thing to do with guests she's been involved with with while working with us is shooting them. And the Geth aren't exactly in working condition after we blow them to bits, so your logic doesn't hold up, I'm afraid.
How could Tali have brought Geth to the fleet while serving on the Normandy?
To clarify, Shepard, Tali isn't accused of bringing back entire units, only parts that could spontaneously reactivate.
But I would never send active Geth to the fleet. Everything I sent was disabled and harmless.
Then explain how Geth seized the lab ship where your father was working.
You bastard.
What are you talking about? What happened?
As far as we can tell, Tali, the Geth have killed everyone on the Alchera. Your father included.
What? Oh, Keela.
Yeah, we gotta help with this.
I appreciate the need for this trial, Admirals. But right now, our first concern must be the safety of the migrant fleet. The Normandy stands ready to assist in whatever capacity necessary.
Thank you. Quarry and strike teams have attempted to retake the ship, so far without success.
Shepard, we have to take back the Alchera.
The safest course would be to simply destroy the ship. But if you are looking for an honorable...
You bastard, I am going to
I'm looking
hurt
for
you
my
for
father,
that.
Bastet. You intend to retake the Alchera from the Geth? This proposal is extremely dangerous.
Yes, we have to. And I think you know that.
With your permission, Admirals, yes. The good of the fleet must come first. And Tali needs to find her father.
Agreed. And if you die on this worthy mission, Tali, we will see that your name is cleared of these charges.
We can discuss that later.
Then
You
it is
son of a
decided.
bitch.
You will attempt
I
to
don't
retake
like him
the
very
Alchera.
much.
You are hereby given leave to depart the wire. The shuttle will be waiting at
Admiral
the second
Chorus
hangar. Be safe, Tali. This
is
hearing will resume
unfortunately
or upon determination
give-
that you have been killed in action.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that. But yeah, looks like we have a new mission.
Thank you for agreeing to take back the Alchera, Shepard. The Admiral sounds sure that my father is already dead, but... I don't know. We won't know anything until we get there.
How are you holding up? They just threw a lot of fire at you, even before telling you about your father.
I knew this would be bad, but I guess you're never really prepared to be charged with treason. And my father, I don't know. He could still be alive. They don't know for certain that he's dead. I just don't know, Shepard, and I need to find out.
Is there anyone here you want to talk to before we go?
We can talk with the Admirals. It might help us to see what their viewpoints are. But I doubt we'll change anyone's mind by talking to them privately.
Let's go.
Right. The sooner we get to the Alchera, the sooner we'll know what happened.
Shepard, the secondary docking
Okay.
hangar is in the conclave chamber where you are now. The shuttle they have provided is unarmed.
Understood.
Whoever
Unarmed.
Geth are on the Alchera have likely
They
built
want
wars
us
themselves.
to get shut
Expect heavy
down or
resistance.
something, I guess. And, oh boy. Yeah, that Dick Admiral Chorus, to my eyes, seems pretty biased against Tali, so if you ask me, he should have had to recuse himself also, since he is definitely letting his bias color his judgments. So that I would qualify as a case of following your rules only half the time. But we are going to go around and chat with people before we do anything else, I think. Because I do want to hear what they have to say.
You set me up, Shala. You told Captain Donna not to say anything? I don't hear that my father may be dead until I'm in the trial? Why?
The Admirals needed to hear the shock in your voice, Tali. Otherwise, they might not have let you try to retake the Alchera. That is your best chance at recovering evidence that can exonerate you. I am sorry. We cannot afford sensitivity, Tali.
Since it can't afford sensitivity? Okay, tell it to me straight. Are Tali's chances of getting convicted really that bad?
Are the judges that set on finding her guilty?
Anything involving the Geth is a live wire, Shepard. But there is still hope. And Girls greatly respects both you and Tali Zora for stopping Saren. Admiral Koresh sees the whole thing as a war crime and wants to convict. I have no idea what Admiral Zen wants. You should get to the Alarai soon. Is there anything else I can tell you?
Okay, let's just go over the details.
What can you tell us about the Alarai?
Not much, I'm afraid. Real Zora only said that he was researching new defense technology.
He told me only that he needed any Geth parts or pieces I found. I assumed he was testing weapons on Geth components.
We knew nothing until the Alarai sent a distress signal, then went dead. We didn't even know about the Geth until a boarding team was attacked.
You're saying there's no data about the inside of the ship?
That's exactly what I am saying. The Marines who survived and escaped saw bodies in the halls. We must assume the worst.
No, we don't.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Tali on this one. We assume some casualties, but some survivors, until I see otherwise, as far as I'm concerned. But how do you know Tali's father, anyways?
How long have you known Tali's family?
Since before Real was an admiral. 25 or 30 years, I'd guess. I was there when Tali was born. Her mother and I had synced up our suits so we could be in the same open-air room. I was sick for a week, but it was worth it. I was the one who took Tali from her mother and put her in the bubble. She cried so hard.
I don't understand. You put your children in bubbles?
Environmental units. It's a step between relying on the mother's immune system through nursing and getting a suit of one's own.
The bubbles let parents take their children out of the clean rooms safely. We don't wear suits until adolescence.
There's a celebration when a child gets her first suit. It's a coming of age.
Okay, makes sense, I suppose. You wouldn't exactly put a baby in an environmental suit, after all.
I'm not hearing much about Rail's involvement in Tali's life.
It's difficult to explain. I shouldn't.
It's all right, Anshala. No secrets between shipmates. I think I told Shepard about my father.
If you say so. Real was committed to the Quarian cause. That didn't leave him a lot of time for his family. He wanted to give Tali and her mother the home world, or a strong fleet at least. That was how he showed his love.
I think I get it. So, he's one of those people that you would kind of describe as being married to their career, so to speak. That had to have been a rough upbringing, honestly. But yeah, can't really fault him given the barely scraping by thing you've got going on with the Quarian fleet at this point, honestly.
What kind of evidence will carry weight with the admirals?
Tali, you admitted to sending Geth parts to your father for his project.
Yes, but never anything that could have come back online on its own. I took every possible precaution.
Then find records of your shipment and experiments. Something that proves you were careful. Something that proves that this is all just a terrible accident that nobody could have foreseen.
Well, fingers crossed they have something like that. Not sure how good our odds are, though.
There seem to be some other arguments going on among the admirals.
You got that? Yes, the Geth's presence makes this a touchy issue. The Admiralty Board is trying to determine whether to focus on colonial development or attempt to retake the home world.
You're thinking of war? With the Geth?
I am not, Tali, but others are.
Yeah, that's not a good idea at all.
I know the migrant fleet is formidable, but even you can't take on the Geth.
We grow tired of wandering the stars, Shepard. We want our world back. We have paid enough for our mistake. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm telling you which way the wind is blowing.
Okay, so there's some movement towards a war with Geth
Good luck
to
on
get
the
their
other
home
hand.
world back. That could be problematic. Now, on to the one who actually makes us. And so there we go.
Tali, I'm glad Admiral Rahn got you leave to hit the Alchera. Hopefully you'll find something that clears your name.
I'm more concerned with finding my father, Admiral.
I wish you luck. Blow up some Geth on the way. And your Captain Shepard? Admiral Hangarel Vasnima. You got Admiral Corris backing up worse than a Krogan toilet. Glad to see Tally's captain knows how to handle a courtroom.
Krogan toilet. Now there's an analogy I could have done without. Really could have. I do not like the images that conjures at all.
I get the sense you're inclined to believe the defense. I'm glad one of the judges is.
If you were only giving Rail inactive equipment for weapons tests, I've got no problem. We need to test weapons against Geth material. I know you and your father. You put too much of yourselves into this fleet to do anything to jeopardize our safety. And you're both smart enough not to make mistakes like the ones they're saying you made.
Common sense from the man. I like what I'm hearing.
Can you tell me anything about the Alchera?
Nothing good. We sent some of our best Marines into that hellhole. Damn few made it back. Whatever Rail was doing, it blew up in his face. The ship is crawling with Geth. Don't go in expecting survivors.
Admiral, my father, your friend, is on that ship.
I know that, Tally. But if Shala hadn't suggested you might volunteer, we'd already have destroyed the Alchera. That's where we stand.
Can you tell me about the other admirals? Anything that might help me change their minds about Tally?
The one you didn't recognize, Tally, is Admiral Zen. She's on the fence. She takes fleet safety very seriously. On the other hand, she's always been in favor of studying the Geth. I hope she sees the benefits of Rail's research. Admiral Corris is the same whining soup-wetter he always was.
I get the feeling you don't like Admiral Corris very much. And I do remember him as the dick who wanted to convict Tally right off the bat. Can you elaborate on this?
You disagree with Admiral Corris's policies, I'm guessing. Or is it personal?
The man is a damn Geth apologist. Thinks we were wrong to try to destroy them centuries ago. He wants us to search for new colony possibilities instead of taking back the home world. Any research on the Geth makes him angry. You don't have much of a chance with him, I'm afraid.
Oh. That's ironic. The jackass is the one that we might agree with his policies towards the Geth more. Because as far as Shepard's concerned, the Geth, when they're not trying to indiscriminately murder us, they were just basically defending themselves against the Quarians, even if we do kind of feel like kicking them off their homeworld went too far. That's ironic. A little bit.
You and Tally's father go back a long ways?
We served together on the gunship Yaska during a bad Batarian raid. We were kids, serving pre-pilgrimage as trainees. Crew of 10, and 6 were dead. Kinetic barriers were down. Rail and I were alone on the bridge, and the Batarians had drawn off a tramp freighter.
Did you save the freighter?
Our ship was under orders to hold position, but Rail looked at me and said, "We're underage. You can't charge us for breaking formation." He took the helm, I took weapons, and we brought that freighter back. The crew called us heroes, the brass called us idiots. They slapped medals on our suits, then kicked us off to pilgrimage a bit earlier than usual. That's Rail for you.
Sounds like Tally's father was a bit more reckless than we gave him credit for, and had a mischievous streak to him. That's interesting to see.
Sounds like we're dealing with more politics than just Tally bringing back equipment.
You noticed that, did you? Tally's father wasn't just running weapons tests on the Geth for fun. He was looking for something to give us an edge when we attacked the Geth in full-scale war.
I know Father wanted to retake the homeworld someday, but are we that close?
I don't know, kid. We almost had the votes. We just need to give people hope for victory.
I hope the Quarian people find someplace to live, Admiral. But it sounds like you're playing with fire.
We're too comfortable now, Shepard. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy and we just ride around doing nothing.
We might need that fleet to help fight the Reapers, Admiral.
Then we need a world to shelter our non-combatants while we do it.
I have to admit, much as I don't agree with the whole fighting the Geth to get back their homeworld thing, he does make a good point. They can't exactly be carting around civilians at the same time as using the migrant fleet to fight the Reapers, so the Quarians need a world of their own if we're going to get them to help out against the Reapers. That's just fact. It
Thanks
just
for the
is.
information.
Hang in there, kid.
Thank you, Admiral.
Okay, now let's talk to the Dick.
Judging by your ability to play to a crowd, human, I have done Talia a favor by stripping Vas Nima from her name.
Commander Shepard, this is Admiral Valkoris Vasquib. Do not ask about me.
I take no pleasure in this dull trade. You have gravely endangered and dishonored our fleet.
And you are a bastard who should have recused himself for his obvious bias. So there.
Can you tell me anything about the LRI?
Only that you should have let us destroy it. When we find the evidence of what Talia and her father did there, any hope of convincing the other admirals will die.
I did not bring active Geth to the Alchera, Admiral. I know how dangerous that would be. I only brought pieces.
The captured ship with its crew slaughtered by living beings in pain belies your argument.
You're on my list, Admiral. You are on my list. Do not push it further. And, well, Tali did say not to ask about his ship name. So, I guess we can adhere to that. It's not like it's massively important, though undoubtedly funny, and I hate to miss out on some free humor.
What exactly is your
We are
problem
on the
with my
clock a
crew member,
bit.
Admiral?
I respect Tali immensely. Her actions against Sarah are to be lauded. But, like her father, she wants nothing but the destruction of the Geth. The people we created. The people we wronged.
The Geth drove us from our homeworld.
Of course they did. We tried to kill them.
Yeah.
You and the other admirals appear to have some disagreements beyond Tali's trial.
You are correct. Tali, I apologize for it being brought into your proceedings. The other admirals are pushing for war. Rael Zora was researching new weapons to use against the Geth. They would see our fleet destroyed in the skies over our homeworld, rather than find a new colony and adapt.
Can the Quarians coexist with the Geth after all your history?
I don't know. We all deserve to find out. They are our children, Shepard. We have all done horrible things to each other, but it has to end. For both groups. That is why I cannot sanction whatever experiments you helped enable, Talizora. I believe this message needs to be sent.
I understand, Admiral. I do not agree with you, but I understand.
We should move on.
Goodbye, Talizora. Be well.
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
I don't hate you, Tali. I just think your father's plans for war were wrong.
Okay, well, that's really interesting. So, generally in a situation like this, the nice guy would be the one that you want to side with, and the dick would be the one you'd want to beat the hell out of. But in this case, the nice, sympathetic admiral wants to go to war with and destroy the Geth. Whereas the dick, he wants to see peace with the Geth, which is very interesting. Nice job of flipping things on their head there. I do like it. But we have Vitor and Rieger hanging out here. And I'm sure you remember Rieger from Tali's recruitment mission, but Vitor's a little bit more vague because we actually met him way back On the mission to Freedom's Progress, we had the opportunity to send him back to the fleet and take his Omni tool, or to send him to Cerberus. We sent him back here. Here he is. Let's see if he has anything interesting to say, though.
Shepard? How did you get onto the Raya?
Shepard is here to help me with my trial.
Oh yes, I heard about that. I hope you didn't really do what they said you did.
No, Vitor. I would never endanger the fleet.
Oh, well, good. So, can I help you with anything? I mean, probably not, but you helped me.
Do you remember anything else about the Collectors? Anything at all?
Yeah, gather some information
Every time I go
while
back
we're
to
here.
that place in my mind,
Vitor, come back. It's okay.
I want to
Okay.
help, but I can't. I didn't see anything, and what I remember...
Don't worry, Vitor. We're going to find the things that did this, and we're going to kill them.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, but on a more important note, would you be able to speak for Tali at the trial? Maybe argue to her character or something?
Tali could use some friends right now. Would you be willing to tell the Admirals how she helped you?
No, I mean, yes, but I already did. They came to see me. I didn't want to talk in a crowd.
Vitor is doing well, but he isn't ready for a public speech just yet.
I talked to them. So did that soldier, Cal Rieger. We both told them about how you helped us. I hope it helped.
I'm sure it did, Vitor. Thank you.
Okay, I hope you feel better soon.
Take care of yourself, Vitor. Not many could have gone through what you did and come out sane.
I know. I didn't. But thank you, Commander. It's only because of your help that I've come this far.
Well, we're not getting help out of him, but let's see what Rieger has to say.
Call Rieger.
Shepard, Telizora, good to see you both. Wish you were under better circumstances.
What did they get from our readings?
Damnedest things, just like they said. No way the sun on Haystrom should have been acting that way.
So that dark energy theory is right. That's troubling.
Can't really comment on that, ma'am. I just shoot things.
Again, the mention of dark energy. Interesting how that keeps coming up.
You said that your mission had something to do with dark energy?
Right. Remember the damn sun on Haystrom? Shorted out everything. Way too much radiation? The sun's getting old. Only it's not. Dark energy. It's reducing the mass of the star's interior. Techs are worried.
What does that dark energy buildup mean? Is it something we should worry about?
Sorry, Shepard, I don't know what it means. Just that it has the scientists worried.
Hopefully it's isolated, some rare phenomenon. If dark energy can destabilize solar material. Probably not something to worry about now. But resources in this galaxy are scarce enough without stars suddenly going dead.
Some days I think flying around in the fleet without a planet of our own is the right idea.
Yeah, that is worrying. Hopefully it wasn't the Geth.
Do you think the Geth are responsible for what's happening to Haystrom's sun?
Keela, I hope not. They can screw up a star. Our chances in war are even worse than I thought.
I don't think this is the Geth. It would take massive time and resources to affect a star like this deliberately. It's too inefficient to be a weapon, and even the Geth wouldn't destroy a useful star system. Besides, they didn't show up until we did.
Hope you're right, man. Synthetic bastards are bad enough as it is.
Have you been, Rieger? You took kind of a beating on Haystrom.
Physical damage wasn't bad. I was down for about a week with infection, though. Figure I got off easy. I don't have to face those admirals.
With your immune systems, it couldn't be easy for Quarians to fight a war. You'd lose more people to infection than injury.
We can't afford a frontline attack, that's for sure. Have to fight smart. Ideally from orbit.
We do have stockpiles of antibiotics. It's not as though everyone would die from a single shot.
No, Shepard's right. You've only seen our strike ops tally. Don't have all the fancy equipment in a frontline fight. Supplies get strained. Things get ugly, fast.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with him. Anyways, what you doing here?
What are you doing aboard the Raya? It sounds like you gave your report to the Admiralty already.
Well, stayed to argue the charges against Telizora. I've served with her and she deserves better than what she's getting.
Thanks, Cal.
Just stating facts, ma'am.
Have you had any luck talking to the Admiralty board?
Admiral Ron asked my opinion about the Geth since I'd fought on Haystrom. She and Admiral Garrel are hoping you'll kill a bunch of Geth to get the crowd on your side. then find evidence to clear your name. They were hesitant, but, well, you didn't have many other options, ma'am. I recommended getting you onto the Alchera. I hope you can handle it.
You did the right thing. Thank you.
We should get going.
Good luck on the Alchera. Stay safe out there.
Okay, so he's the one to thank for this little mission of ours. Alright, just one more little conversation to get through, and then we can move on to the shooting part of things.
Tali Zora, given the circumstances, are you certain that speaking to me is appropriate?
I'm looking for information about the Alchera. I don't intend to bribe you in the middle of the plaza, Admiral.
Pleasure to meet you, Commander Shepard. We owe you a debt of gratitude for your actions against the Geth.
You didn't say much during the opening statements, Admiral.
There wasn't much to say. This trial is a waste of time.
It matters a great deal to me.
If you and your father were actually experimenting on active Geth subjects, then you are simply idiots. No reason to waste resources on a trial. If not, then this was a tragic accident in the pursuit of a higher cause. Again, no trial is needed to determine that.
Can you tell me anything about the Alchera?
Little. We detected several communication signatures before the Geth jammed the comm systems. Given the likely networked intelligence requirements for taking over a ship, expect between 10 and 50 units.
Then this can't have anything to do with me. I only sent parts and pieces, and certainly not enough to make that many Geth.
Well, we already knew that, but good to get it confirmed.
Sounds like your ideas about synthetics are in the minority.
Yes, at least on the Admiralty board, Hangerel sees an enemy that must be crushed. Zalcorus would run away and hide on some new colony world. Shalaran is still undecided. I had thought Rael to be firmly in Han's camp, but if his experiments were on active Geth, perhaps we have ideas in common.
You support experiments on living creatures.
Rael should have felt no more guilt experimenting on Geth than I did while performing surgery on a childhood toy.
The fact that you performed surgery on your childhood toys explains a great deal, Admiral.
A ship travels faster than I can. With the right programming, it can choose locations, even defend itself when attacked. But it is just a machine. It was built for the sole purpose of serving its master, and it can be dismantled whenever its master desires.
Okay, looks like we have met the elusive man of the Quarians. I'm getting more and more creeped out the more time we spend with her, so let's skip through this.
If we don't find Rael alive on the Alchera, what do you think will happen?
The power balance will be disrupted. Han loses a vote for his foolish and self-destructive war. That would favor peace then, as Shalaran is too careful to risk her own neck. But if the Admiral replacing Rael agrees with me, things could become very exciting.
If you're not interested in this trial, why not recuse yourself?
And let that aging warship Hangerel and the cowardly Zalcorus be the ones to chart this course? I think not. The broader purpose underlying the trial is too important. Tali Zora is only peripherally related. No offense intended.
And what is the true purpose of this trial, Admiral?
To determine whether Quarians should fear their past mistakes or reclaim their glory using our natural affinity for artificial intelligence.
So the only reason you care about this is because Rael might have learned something valuable from the Geth.
Indeed. If he has, then even in this accident we may find something worthwhile.
You want to create new AIs?
No, Tali Zora. I wish to return the Geth to the control of their rightful masters, the Quarian race.
You're insane.
And that's putting it lightly. Let's get out of here. I've had enough of this.
Thank you for the information.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Okay, we're done here.
Loyalty to the fleet is about more than just killing them. Talizor is guilty.
We're done here. Let's get out.
You two should get to the Alchera. I cannot stop.
We should move on.
Good luck on the
I was trying to run there, not start a conversation. Jeez. Okay, let's go.
Talizor Talizora and her father are out of control. This is on their heads.
I didn't expect a human to be such a good speaker.
Okay, let's
Talizora
go.
Vasnima. Oh, sorry. I mean Vas Normandy.
No offense taken. The change in name was not my choice.
Per Admiral Rand's orders, the shuttle is prepared for you and Captain Shepard Vas Normandy.
Okay, we've gotten all the information we can, I think. Let's go.
Let's head to the Alchera.
Of course. I'll unlock the shuttle now. Good luck with those Geth, Talizora. Kira Selai.
Fingers crossed for not getting shot at on the way over, also. And that worked out amazingly. We didn't get shot at. Was not expecting that.
Get ready to fight.
That goes without saying, but let's switch over to my SMG and turn on incendiary ammunition.
Eat this.
Okay, guys. Hunter down. Who's dead? Die, Hunter, die. Yes. Neutralize. Let's get into some better cover, and I need my damn map account now. Reload this, and back over to the SMG. First engagement went fine, even if I did end up almost dead a couple times. Take the money, and what's this log?
Something's slowing down the systems. We're taking down the firewalls to rebalance load distribution. Rails are ordered us to bypass standard safeties. Following security protocols will take too long.
Oh, they're not following safety procedures. That'll be part of the problem, trying to do this according to efficiency rather than safety screwed them over, and that's going to be a large part of why this happened the way it did. That's my professional assessment thus far, anyways. Tally, what do you make of this?
This is one of the storage units I sent to Father. Looks like parts from a disabled repair drone, plus a reflex algorithm that I didn't recognize. I got this on Haystrom.
What made a part worth sending back to your father?
It had to be in working order, something that could be analyzed and integrated into other technology. Anything new had priority. Technology the Geth had developed themselves, signs of modification, clues to their thinking.
How did you get these things to your father?
Sometimes I left packages at secure drops in civilized areas. Someone on pilgrimage would see that it was shipped home. For very valuable finds, I'd signal home, and Father would send a small ship.
Haystrom was a war zone. How did you salvage gear in the middle of all that?
These suits have more pockets than you'd think. Quarians have learned how to salvage whatever we can, whenever we can. Within reason. We're not Vorcha, but we repair what most people would throw away. Hundreds of the ships in our fleet were salvaged wrecks, either found dead in space or purchased for next to nothing.
Quarian suits having pockets. Would not have thought of that, and it's more amusing than it should be, to be honest.
Does that salvaged gear give you a clue as to what happened here?
No, I don't know. Shepard, I checked everything I sent here. I passed up great finds because they might be too dangerous, prone to uncontrolled reactivation or self-repair. I don't know which possibility is worse. That I got sloppy and sent something dangerous, or that Father actually did all this.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I will take those credits, so that I can spend them on upgrades later. Play that log.
Who's running the system diagnostic? I didn't authorize. Oh, Keela. How many get their networked?
All of them. Rail Zora.
Shut it down. Shut everything down. They're in the system.
Well, fuck. Is all I can say to that.
This is valuable.
Guess shield strength. That's an upgrade we can do with, certainly.
Hostile!
Yeah, we got more gas. Got more gas. That hunter is down. So I can spare a moment to have a look around and take their credits. Hopefully the Quarians don't mind too much me looting their stuff. I need money for my mission, after all.
Weapons are offline. Our mistake won't endanger the fleet. They're burning through the door. I don't have much time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Jonah, if you get this, be strong for Daddy. Mommy loves you very much.
Oh, damn, that is rough to watch. But it does help explain why we weren't fired at on the way here. They disabled the weapon systems. And the Geth haven't managed to bring them back online yet, I imagine. And we've got Geth incoming. Okay, I need the Matic again. And Tally, we need you back on your feet. Shots of the major enemies, I suppose. Tally, you mind?
Get ready to fight.
And now, back over to the SMG, since the big dudes have been put down effectively. And they're dumb enough to close. Okay, we need both of you up again. Yesterday, preferably. I burnt through a lot of Medichill there, but we're still standing. Now, let's see. I'll take that Medichill. And there's nothing over there. More credits and wall console. Tally, what do you make of this?
This console might have something. Most of the data is corrupted, but a few bits are left. were performing experiments on Geth systems, looking for new ways to overcome Geth resistance to reprogramming.
Do you think testing weapons on the Geth was right?
It's not testing weapons on prisoners, Shepard. I only sent Father parts. Even if he assembled them, they wouldn't be sapient. You saw what Saren and Sovereign did with the Geth. Any research that gives us an advantage is important.
She does have a point. We're probably going to be fighting Geth for a long time yet. So I imagine that knowing how to do that better is something useful, so we shouldn't exactly be judging on that.
Do you know what kind of tests your father was running?
No, Father just told me to send back any Geth technology I could find that wasn't a direct danger to the fleet. I suspected he might be testing weapons, but I thought he was just working on new ways to bypass shields or armor.
Could any of that data clear your name?
Doubtful. This is mostly results data, effects of different disruptive hacking techniques. I don't understand all of it. But they may have been activating the Geth deliberately. I don't know. Nothing here says specifically, but if they were, then Father was doing something terrible. What was all this, Father? You promised you'd build me a house on the homeworld. Was this going to bring us back home?
Yeah, war with the Geth is not a good idea.
Maybe it's time for your people to let go of reclaiming your world from the Geth.
You have no idea what it's like. You have a planet to go back to. My home is one hull breach away from extinction.
But it's still a home, isn't it?
You've got a place here, Tali. Don't throw it away in a war you don't need.
Don't need? Shepard, if I don't wear a helmet in my own home, I die. A single kiss could put me in the hospital. Every time you touch a flower with bare fingers, inhale its fragrance without air filters, you're doing something I can't. Damn the pilgrimage. Without it, I might never have known what I was missing, what we had lost when we lost our home world.
Have the Quarians considered colonizing a new world?
We'd have enough difficulty reacclimating to our own native environment. Adjusting for exposure to a foreign colony would be even harder. It's the difference between 60 years and 600. For anyone alive now to watch a sunset without a mask, we must take back our home. At the very least, we can take back one ship. Come on.
Yeah. Now, from their perspective, it makes sense why they're so fixated on their home world. If it's going to be that difficult to adjust to a new world. It makes a degree of sense when you think about it.
Shields are down.
Get Hunter down. Looks like more troopers now. Our friend up there bought the farm. Those two down. Come on. Another fucking hunter. Seriously. And that's us dead. First death on the mission, though, so not bad, even considering there aren't a lot of enemies. You. Got you down.
On the move. Right.
Alright.
Got the target.
Go. That's all of them. Only my second try, too. Not bad. That was a lot of guess, though. They weren't joking when they said between 10 and 50. I can believe it based on that. I really can.
First entry. Our hacking attempts failed. The Geth have an adaptive consciousness. Hack one process and the others autocorrect. Still, we're making progress. Rail Zora is convinced we'll have a viable system in less than a year. This weapon will put our people back on the homeworld, and it's all because of Rail Zora.
What is going on here? What is he trying to do? I don't understand. Oh. Damn. I was half hoping we'd find him alive, but no. We weren't gonna get good news out of this, weren't we?
You wouldn't. They're wrong. You wouldn't just die like this. You wouldn't leave me.
Hey, come here.
Aww. I'm sorry, Tali.
Damn it. I'm sorry.
Nothing to be sorry about.
Maybe he would have known I'd come. Maybe he left a message.
Tali, if you are listening, then I am dead. The Geth have gone active. I don't have much time. Their main hub will be on the bridge. You'll need to destroy it to stop their VI processes from forming new neural links. Make sure Hangel and Darozen see the data. They must.
Thanks, Dad.
He knew you'd come for him. He was trying to help you. It's not perfect. It's not what you wanted. But it's the best he could do.
I don't know what's worse. Thinking he never really cared, or thinking that he did, and that this was the only way he could show it. It doesn't matter. One way or the other, I cared. And I'm here. And we're ending this.
Okay. That works. Time to hack a few saves. And now, let's save the game just so I don't have to redo anything. Okay. Oh, fuck. you down. Take this now. Just burns through the guest prime with my meta. I don't care what you are. You're not standing up to Shepard with a matic. It just ain't happening. Unless you are literally a Reaper. Which you aren't.
This console is linked to the main hub Father mentioned. Disabling it shut down any geth we missed.
Well, that's good, for sure.
Looks like some of the recordings remained intact. They'll tell us how this happened. What Father did.
Alright, let's hear it. For better or worse, we need to know.
Play the recording.
Do we have enough parts to bring more online? Yes, the new shipment from your daughter will let us add 2 more geth to the network.
We're nearing a breakthrough on systemic viral attacks. Perhaps we should inform the Admiralty Board, just to be safe.
No, we're too close. I promised to build my daughter a house on the home world. I'm not going to sit and wait while the politicians argue. We'd have an easier time of it if Tali Zora could send back more working material. Absolutely not. I don't want Tali exposed to any political blowback.
Well, that blew up in your face, didn't it?
You guess with what we have. Bypass security protocols if need be.
It sounds like he was doing this for you.
I never wanted this, Shepard. Keela, I never wanted this. Everything here is his fault. I tried to pretend it didn't point to him, but this... When this comes up in the trial, they'll... We can't tell them. Not the admirals, not anyone.
Man, that is just so messed up. But, Tali, how can we not use this? If we don't, they'll probably exile you.
Tali, without this evidence, you're looking at exile.
You think I don't know that? You think I want to live knowing that I can never see the fleet again? But I can't go back into that room and say that my father was the worst war criminal in our people's history. I cannot.
Rael Zora doesn't need you to worry about him anymore. You heard him say he didn't want you to be caught in the politics.
You don't understand, Shepard. They would strike his name from the manifest of every ship he ever served on. He would be worse than an exile. He'd be a traitor to our people, held up for children as a monster in a cautionary tale. I can't let all the good he did be destroyed for this, Shepard.
Alright, I'll try to find an alternative, but... we'll see what happens at the trial.
We're not gonna decide anything here. Let's see what the admirals say once we get back.
You're my captain in this hearing, Shepard. It's your decision. But please, don't destroy what my father was. Come on. If we wait too long, they'll decide we're already dead, and none of this will matter.
Okay.
We need to face facts. There has been no word. There is no reason to think Tali Zora survived.
Sounds like the hearing is already underway.
Sounds like even Geralt doesn't have
Is
much
the Admiralty Board prepared
faith in our abilities. Time to prove them idiots.
Sorry we're late.
Yeah, you could have waited.
You didn't waste much time declaring us dead. Go get your ship.
We apologize, Shepard. Your success in taking back the Alchera is very unexpected.
Love the glare that he shoots at Chorus.
Did you find anything on the Alchera that could clarify what happened there?
Shepard, please.
Does Captain Shepard have any new evidence to submit to this hearing?
Okay. Well, I could say that I don't need evidence. Or if I say we have no evidence, they'll probably exile Tali. But we have the paragon to essentially public speak our way into getting out of this. But since I talked to Rieger and Vitor, I have another option. Rally the crowd. Which I'm going to pick that just because. Since we have the, apparently, ability to get public support for this, I think we'll do that. Plus, I just think it's a really neat outcome to see. To get it that way, and just get everyone going after the admirals for not following their own rules.
Look at them, all of you. They don't care about Tali. All they care about is their war with the Geth.
God damn.
Tali risked her life for all of you. On Haestrom, hell, on the Citadel when she stopped Saren. She deserves better than this.
God.
If Commander Shepard has no new
Oh,
evidence,
shut
I
up,
suggest
you
we render
fucking
judgment.
bastard. Yeah, I don't care if his opinion is relatable. Admiral Chorus is being a dick, and I'm gonna call him on
Shepard
this.
is right. Tali saved me. She doesn't deserve to be exiled.
Damn straight. Tali's done more for this fleet than you assholes ever will. You're pissing on everything I fought for, everything Tali fought for. So if you exile her, you might as well do the same to me.
Me too.
Oh yeah, read it and weep. Read it and weep.
Tali Zora, in light of your history of service, we do not find sufficient evidence to convict. You are cleared of all charges. Commander Shepard, please accept these gifts in appreciation for you taking the time to represent one of our people.
And we get an opportunity to weigh in on the Geth War thing. And I don't think it really needs to be said what Shepard will be telling them.
If you appreciate me, then listen. The Reapers are coming. I'm going to need your help to stop them. Please don't throw away your lives against the Geth.
Thank you, Commander Shepard. I hope this board carefully considers your advice.
This hearing is concluded. Go in peace, Tali Zora vas Normandy. Kila Salai.
I can't believe you pulled that off. What you said. I've never had anyone speak like that on my behalf. Thank you for being there for my father and me. Even when... Thank you.
We can still go back in and get you exiled if you want.
Thanks. But I'm fine with things like this. It's fun watching you shout.
Tali enjoys seeing us rip apart nonsense legal proceedings. Nice.
Tali, about what your father said. What he did. You deserved better.
I got better, Shepard. I got you.
Well, let's go.
Come on, Tali Zora, boss Normandy. Let's get back to our ship.
Thank you, Captain.
I'll take it.
Okay. Paragoning it up, and the Quarians even gave us some tech upgrades for that. Nice. But I think this makes for a good place to end the episode. So next time, we're going to go around and get all the Admiral's opinions on how the trial went. And then we'll be heading to Ilium to do Miranda's loyalty mission. So, join me next time for that. Thanks for watching. And I will see you then. So long for now, everybody. So long for now.